A university under fire. The IRS takes aim at Harvard. The IRS is planning something unprecedented. They are considering revoking Harvard University's tax-exempt status. This is a highly unusual move. It has sent shockwaves through the academic world. The IRS usually reserves such actions for organizations that violate tax laws. This case is different. It seems to be politically motivated. The potential consequences of this move are enormous. If Harvard loses its tax-exempt status, it could face a significant financial burden. This could have a ripple effect throughout higher education. Other universities might be less likely to resist the Trump administration's demands. They could fear similar retaliation. This move is just the latest escalation in a long-running battle. The Trump administration has been targeting Harvard and other elite universities. They claim these institutions are biased against conservative viewpoints. The administration has threatened to cut funding to universities that don't comply with their demands. Harvard has become a symbol of resistance. They have refused to back down. The university has defended its academic freedom. They argue they have a right to set their own curriculum and hiring practices. This defiance has infuriated the Trump administration. The IRS's move to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status is a clear sign of retaliation. Trump's education battleground: funding cuts and ideological disputes. This attack on Harvard isn't an isolated incident. It fits a pattern of behavior from the Trump administration. They have consistently sought to undermine institutions they perceive as hostile. This includes the media, the intelligence community, and now, higher education. The Trump administration has made it clear they believe universities are bastions of liberalism. They accuse universities of indoctrinating students with left-wing ideology. They claim this is happening at the expense of conservative viewpoints. The administration has used this argument to justify a range of actions. These include proposed funding cuts and investigations into university practices. The administration's efforts to reshape higher education have been met with fierce resistance. Students, faculty, and administrators have spoken out against what they see as an attack on academic freedom. They argue that universities must be places where diverse perspectives can be freely explored. They maintain that this is essential to the pursuit of knowledge. Harvard has become a focal point in this battle. The university's prestige and influence make it a prime target for the Trump administration. By making an example of Harvard, the administration is sending a clear message to other universities. They are saying, fall in line or face the consequences. The nuclear option tax exemption and the power of the IRS. The IRS's potential move against Harvard is extraordinary. Revoking a university's tax-exempt status is incredibly rare. It's typically reserved for cases of fraud or other serious wrongdoing. The IRS has never before used this power to punish a university for its perceived political leanings. The legal basis for the IRS's action is shaky at best. The Trump administration has offered no evidence that Harvard is violating any tax laws. Their argument seems to be based solely on their disapproval of the university's curriculum and hiring practices. This sets a dangerous precedent. If the IRS is allowed to revoke Harvard's tax-exempt status on these grounds, it could open the door to similar attacks on other institutions. Any organization that expresses views deemed unfavorable by the government could be at risk. This would have a chilling effect on free speech and expression. The IRS's action against Harvard is a blatant attempt to weaponize the tax code. It's an abuse of power. It undermines the rule of law. It sets a dangerous precedent that could have far-reaching consequences for American democracy. A chilling effect: expert opinions and the future of academic freedom. Legal experts across the political spectrum have expressed alarm at the IRS's move against Harvard. They warn that it could have a chilling effect on academic freedom. They argue that universities must be free to pursue knowledge without fear of government interference. If universities are forced to conform to the political whims of the party in power, it will stifle intellectual inquiry. It will undermine the very purpose of higher education. It will have a detrimental effect on our society as a whole. The IRS's action against Harvard is a dangerous escalation in the Trump administration's assault on American institutions. It is an attack on academic freedom, free speech, and the rule of law. It is a threat to the very foundations of our democracy. We must not let this stand.